Yes, your eyes do not deceive you, my fellow Chibits. Today, I am here to bring you a One Punch Man discussion video. So, it's been quite a while since I actually have done a One Punch Man related video, and if you actually stayed tuned to what I said in my last video, most likely you know was because I was saving up chapters before I could have a lot to talk about. Now, One Punch Man is an amazing series, but sometimes the chapters can be 8 pages to 12 pages, and there's barely much to talk about, and so I decided to actually wait a while until, chapters build up before I could talk about specific points of these chapters that really interest me. So, now that I've said that, let's just, dive in. So this is not really going to be a standard review. This is going to be more along the lines of just a discussion video and my thoughts on all the events taking place in One Punch Man. So, the last time I actually was reading One Punch Man, I stopped at the end of King, when King was exposed by Saitama, and he was found out that even though he's the #1 hero, he was a fake, he was a fraud, and we found out he was, a gamer, and he got his reputation by being fake, pretty much, and just being lucky. So he's kind of like the Hercule Satan of the series, of like Dragon Ball Z. He's like Hercule of One Punch Man. So the overall course of what I missed, there's been some very good and badass things been happening recently, and I cannot believe the shit that went down. Like, the one chapter, like, with Garou, that the villain introduction dude, oh, dude, that dude called Garou, I think that's how you say his name, but this dude Garou, his, like, I guess, perspective and ideology of what he wants to do is different from any other villain we've seen thus far from One Punch Man, and I want to dive in and talk about him, because he's one major point why I do want to make this video, because after I read those chapters to try to catch up again, I was like, damn! It was just, dude, his character, like, he's thumbnail. He's straight up thumbnail. Like, his face, that rape face, like, oh, dude, yeah, thumbnail. Like, soon as I saw that smile rape face, yep, thumbnail. So, Garou, his ideology, or his, thoughts on society of itself, he has a very fucked up viewpoint. Like, when he was younger, he used to watch this television show that watched heroes, like what heroes used to do, and this hero of justice would always win against the monsters, and then you would have the actual Garou, the little boy, when he was watching TV, he always wanted justice to lose and have, like, the monster win, and he was always upset because of this. So one day he, like, asked his father, he's like, hey, why does justice always win? Why does the monsters always lose? And then pretty much it says, like, it would be boring. It would be boring if justice lost. And it would be stupid if, justice didn't prevail. And so he got really upset with that. And he came up with this ideology where justice will always prevail, and that pretty much they will always win. And the people that are hated will always lose. And when it continued on, he pretty much says he is on the monster side. He is not on the villain side of humanity. Like, he's not on humanity's side at all. He is on the monsters' side. And he wants the monsters to win. And so, his overall goal is to actually have the monsters win. And I'm like, oh shit, so this is really interesting, because, monsters always lose, and usually in any story. So he wants to be that type of person that actually has the monsters win. So, I was like, damn. Here's the thing, though. With his introduction, he demonstrates his power, and I'm like, oh, dude, this dude is fucking ridiculous, because he's in the middle of this, like, joint meeting of a bunch of these, like, villains that are trying to meet up and all that, and figure out what they're gonna do for this supposed prophecy with this strong person coming to probably wipe out the entire world. And from what I understood from the dialogue that was shown, it seems like there is, like, a danger level of God class, because they said, like, the dude Garou, he was reading the books like, oh wow, this prophecy went up to God. Like, to think that this, girl or this old woman was able to prophesize a God level problem. So I was like, God, like, what? Like, I don't think we've ever heard of something like that. So I was like, holy shit. So I'm going to assume, I'm going to take a shot in the dark here, okay? The way this dude is being built up, Garou, is he most likely is going to be the danger. He will be the danger that is prophesized. Because it just seems way too obvious. Like, I mean, he is going off to train. He beat the shit out of A-class heroes like they were nothing. Like, he curb stomped. Like, oh my god, that poor dude that was, like, shooting his laser beam at him. And that beautiful artwork, by the way. You have it to where this Garou dude, he rips off the dude's arm and just like this. And then he kills all the heroes and villains in that building. And then you just see him walking out and you see a shining light behind him. I'm like, oh, the fucking artwork. I miss that artwork so much in One Punch Man. Like, nothing compares to One Punch Man's artwork. I'm sorry. It may not have the most symbolism like Berserk has, but when it comes to just straight up beautiful beauty with artwork and art lines and stuff, oh, One Punch Man destroys anything I have seen. It does. And nobody can really tell me, unless you've actually seen something better and you show me, I don't think nothing really can beat One Punch Man, because the artwork is just, like, out of this world at times. Like, the chapters are read. Oh. Like, the Blizzard of Hell. The Blizzard of Hell fight. Holy shit. That girl, man, when she was using her Blizzard, and you see the skyscrapers with the artwork and all that, and you see the Blizzard effects and the different particles. I'm like, this dude even drew fucking particles. I'm like, dude, who the fuck does that in manga? Like, oh my god, he drew particles with this Blizzard, you know, going into the skyscrapers, like different little features of a skyscraper too. I'm like, this dude's ridiculous, just straight up ridiculous. So, overall, Garou is actually, I'm getting back on topic to him. He is going to be a problem. He's definitely going to be the next main villain coming up. He definitely is. And I'm almost 100% certain he is the one that's been prophesized. Because we know the last one wasn't technically the prophesized threat. So this one is most likely the prophesized threat. Now, going back to the Blizzard Hell, okay? Blizzard Hell, the other development we got going on here is we find out that this girl, a B rank 1, wants to fuck with newbies, or new ranks to the B class. And she wants to overpower them, beat the shit out of them, and have them work underneath her. And she tried to do this to Saitama. And then, as soon as I saw that, I had to laugh inside. I was like, oh god, this girl's gonna get wrecked. Like, one does not simply think they can beat One Punch Man. He's too OP. Like, you don't fight One Punch Man, let alone a B class. No! No! A B class is not going to fight One Punch Man. And this girl, Blizzard of Hell, thinks she can fight him, and then he just curb stomps her pretty much. Oh. And the funny thing is when you see Genos and the supersonic speed ninja dude, they're fighting and all that, you see them come back in the middle of Blizzard of Hell and Saitama's fight. Well, Saitama's not really fighting, he's just standing there. And you see how Genos and the ninja dude, he comes in and you see this giant-ass explosion. It zooms out from the camera with the manga panel, and you see this beautiful-ass artwork with this explosion and shit. And then after it's all said and done, you see how Saitama took the explosion head-on, and he stands in front of Blizzard of Hell, and you see how he blocked her from the explosion. That is fucking ridiculous. Like, you see on his legs, you see how the ground is, like, destroyed behind him, and you see how the only path that's actually saved from the explosion was directly behind Saitama. So, Saitama saved Blizzard of Hell. And then what was even funnier on that was how you had to where Genos was saying, oh, Blizzard of Hell, you started to do your newbie crushing thing again, didn't you? And you noticed, like, in his face, he was laughing because most likely Blizzard of Hell tried to do the exact same thing to Genos, and Genos probably, you know, curb stomped her because he's an S class now. So, it's very funny because most likely Genos knew that Saitama would wreck her so hard, and he was just waiting for that. So, the chapters overall, man, it's really enjoyable. It's standard One Punch Man, fucking enjoyable. There's so much comedy and funniness, and along with being serious and badass, just One Punch Man, man. It's so fucking epic. The only thing that sucks about the series, the only thing that sucks, is that there's just so much few progression with one individual chapter. Now, I'm not hate. I know the artwork. Oh, I'm willing to wait months for a new chapter if that artwork stays like that. Oh, dude, like, you could take it as slow as you want. Yes, I know I said that's the only problem, but you could take it as slow as you want. Keep that artwork. That artwork is to die for. Like, oh my god, the artwork beats anime. It beats fucking anime. One Punch Man cannot be replicated into an anime. I'm willing to bet you right now, if you were to make an anime of One Punch Man, it would not be possible. Or if they did make it, the artwork would suffer. There is no way an anime studio can replicate the artwork of One Punch Man at all. They would make it look shit. I don't even think Ufotable could actually do that. I don't think that they could actually even replicate the artwork of One Punch Man. So, that's it. That's my end of the discussion video of Garou, Blizzard of Hell, and, you know, just these past couple chapters. So, I don't know when I will do my next One Punch Man related video, but I only do it after a couple chapters pile up for I can have a lot to discuss, because, like I said, with one chapter, there's sometimes not barely anything going on, and so to actually have a more of a lengthy video, I wait until more chapters pile up. So, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about One Punch Man? I love you all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.